I just have to say that I object strenuously to your use of the word hilarious. To me, this feels a lot like your reaction to being named in one of these manifestos. Now, you're of course not responsible for the words of somebody writing that document, but I do think that laughing at it is a real problem because these are real families that are impacted by this violence. And I think our efforts towards talking about this have to start from a place of mutual respect, which is what I've heard from this side of the table. Now, the reason we don't have those numbers, I want those numbers as much as you do, but to say the numbers don't show something is simply not supported by the data.
Okay, and I have 38 seconds left, Ms. Mulligan, if you want to respond within that time.
The only thing I would add is that it's in the name. Terrorism, domestic terrorism, it terrorizes us. It terrorizes us in our homes. It terrorizes us in our schools. And to the points made by the other panelists, it is disproportionate to its impact on any individual life, and it's not.
You reject the idea it's something that doesn't matter or doesn't really matter?
Absolutely reject.
Okay. All right, so here's where we are. Every member now has had 5 minutes and... I'll go ahead and claim my time. Okay, and Mr. Clay, so we have 2 members who have not. So I'm going to go to the 2 members who have not yet, and we'll give an opportunity for a closing thought to any member who wants before we go.
Am I next to respond, or is Mr. Meadows?
I thought Mr. Meadows was next.
Mr. Meadows, okay.
Mr. Meadows is next, then Mr. Clay, then to you, Mr. Jordan.
Ms. Owens, obviously this is a gang up on you. You know, we're giving these witnesses the ability to do a rebuttal on you, and so you know, I find it unfair, Ms. Ballou. I mean, you know, candidly, for you to show mutual respect and then you to go after Ms. Owens, it's not appropriate. So, Ms. Owens, you can have 4 minutes and 34 seconds to respond. However,
yield for a second.
I'll yield to.
Thank you. I believe, Ms. Owens, when you used the word hilarious, it was referencing the fact that no one had asked you a question. It wasn't to the subject matter of the hearing. Is that right?
That is correct.
And to have another witness insinuate something that is not accurate is just not appropriate, Mr. Chairman, for how witnesses are supposed to behave in front of this committee. I also think you didn't say it doesn't matter about the subject matter of today's hearing. You said there are other subjects that matter as well, and maybe we should spend some time on those. Is that accurate?
That is correct, and they matter much, 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 much more, and I've said that. I said that in my opening, and I will say it again. You know that white supremacy and white nationalism is ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America. And the reason that you are bringing them up in this room is because it is an attempt to make the election all about race, as the Democrats
Not in my case, Ms. Owens. I'm sorry. Please do not characterize my motive.
Mr. Chairman, it's my time.
Yeah,
it's my time.
You've got your time, Mr. Meadows. I'll give you 3 more seconds.
Stopping it there. I wanted to stop it sooner, or I didn't. I was trying to make my mind if I'm going to stop it or let it keep going, but I'm going to stop it there so I can actually like react to the video. I've been wanting to react to this clip from Candace Owens literally dragging the witnesses in the Senate hearing. I believe this is the Senate a while ago, because this clip is kind of old, like maybe a year or so old, but I've watched this clip multiple times because I was always very impressed at the type of control Candace Owens had over her own emotions and how articulate but still like strict in what she was saying, because I, for the life of me, don't know if I could do even an ounce of what she did, because having people just lie on you to your face in such a manner, I don't know if I could have held my emotions and my anger back. And when it would be time for me to speak, my voice would probably be shaking because I'm like, my adrenaline is like up to my fucking eyeballs. But the control that Candace Owens has, and I said it in one of my other recent videos. I guess this is like Candace Owens week, of me saying like there's a reason why Candace Owens is Candace Owens and why God put her in a position. I'm not saying like ordained by God or anything like that, but I'm saying like why her journey has led her here, because I don't think a lot of people would have the emotional control that Candace Owens has. And I've seen her in multiple debates where people are just going and getting all emotional, getting angry, and Candace Owens is like, and I think it's because she knows she has the facts and the truth on her side. Anyway, I've been talking long enough. We're gonna get back into what Candace Owens has said. Stay tuned, because she's gonna drag them. She's gonna mic drop. I loves it. All right, here we go.
Every 4 years, you bring up race, and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do live what the media does all the time to Republicans, to our president, and to conservatives, which is you tried to manipulate what I said to fit your narrative, okay? I was not referring to the subject matter that is hilarious. I said it's hilarious that we are sitting in this room today and I've got 2 doctors and a missus and nobody can give us real numbers that we can respond to so we can assess how big of a threat this is. Because you know that it is not as big of a threat as you are trying to make it out to be so that you can manipulate. And the audacity of you to bring up the Christchurch shooting manifesto and make it seem as if I laughed at people that were slaughtered by a homicidal maniac is, in my opinion, absolutely despicable, and I think that we should be above that. To try to assign reality or any meaning to a homicidal maniac writing a manifesto, which, by the way, let the record show, also stated Spyro the Dragon, the child's cartoon, as a source of inspiration. He also cited Nelson Mandela as a source of information. I don't think that Nelson Mandela has inspired mosque shootings. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. You would rather assign meaning to a homicidal maniac
Pick and choose.
than
Cherry
to
pick.
actually address the things that I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number 1, father absence. Number 2, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it. This hearing, in my opinion, is a farce, and it is ironic that you're sitting here and you're having 3 Caucasian people testify and tell you what their expertise are. Do I know what my expertise are? Black in America. I've been Black in America my whole life, all 30 years, and I can tell you that you guys have done the exact same thing every 4 years ahead of an election cycle, and it needs to stop.
I'll yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Meadows. And now
Excellent take. Excellent take. I love it. I loved it. There's a longer clips out there. You can watch the whole thing if you want. I went with the shorter clip. But again, just the control she has, like she's very stern, but she's not losing control of her emotions. She's not getting overly angry and overly aggressive because she knows if she does, they're going to use that as a reason to dismiss everything she said. And when people are looking for ways to take you down, they will find every tiny little thing they can get to use to dismiss what you're saying, right? It's like when she recently came out about the White Lives Matter shirt and she used Lizzo as an example. Like we should have put a shirt on Lizzo so at least maybe it will get attention for the obesity crisis in the Black community. And when you go in, like when I saw that posted on like a gossip channel on Instagram, and I went down to the comment section to see if people are going to respond to all of the statistics she said about abortions, about illiteracy rate, about fatherless homes. No. The only thing people could talk about is like, how dare she attack Lizzo? Oh my God, what did Lizzo do? She's such a bully to Lizzo. Like that's the only thing they would talk about because they couldn't touch the facts. They couldn't touch what she was really saying. So they would take anything they can take, what Candace Owens says or does or how she presents herself or how she acts or her emotions to discredit what she's saying because nobody wants to really talk about the actual truth. Nobody actually wants to talk about what's really harming Black America. Nobody wants to talk about it. They run away from it. No. Not here. Not out loud. Not on a big stage. Please don't talk about it. Let's hide it. Let's keep it a secret. But let's keep harping on white supremacy. But it has to be so frustrating for these 2 women or 3 women who, and the other guy on the stand, who was accusing Candace Owens of laughing inappropriately or assigning emotion or facts to Candace Owens' reactions. They're smart enough to know that they were taking that out of context, but hoping that Candace Owens wouldn't be giving time to rebuttal back. So this was like what she said. This was them live in person doing what the media always does, right? They put the headlines at the top of some sort of like provocative headline like, Trump is the worst president. He's the most racist person ever because he said this about Mexicans, right? And they're hoping you don't go and actually read the article and read exactly what he actually said for yourself. They're hoping they can just get away with the headlines, right? The rage bait headlines. And so I just applaud Candace Owens for her, again, control and being articulate. And again, the whole like domestic tea errorist. I don't want to say the whole word 'cause I don't know if I'm gonna get blocked or demonetized. But it's like, it's funny how they like to pick and choose what they think a, domestic terrorist is, because again, we had the Summer of Love. They don't consider that domestic terrorists. They were terrorizing. They were terrorizing the locals. They were terrorizing the citizens. You don't think the crazy crime rate that's jumped in a lot of these progressive cities because if they changed their laws, basically not arresting people who steal under $1,000 worth of merchandise from these businesses, you don't think that's not terrorizing? You don't think that's not intruding in people's daily lives? It's like they just pick and choose what they want to call terrorizing, right? The whole like is disproportionately affects people of color. You know what else disproportionately affect people of color, which I know these statistics are like said repeatedly, but they have to be repeated. Abortions affect people of color disproportionately. Race on race crime, black on black crime disproportionately affect people of color the most. Single parent households, single motherhood affects people of color the most disproportionately. So they pick and choose what they want to care about when it comes to the people of color. But with the negative things that I just mentioned that affects people of color disproportionately, so they have numbers. They actually have data. But this idea that people are affected disproportionately from white supremacy, that they can't find the data, they don't have the numbers, but it's true, it's there, you just have to look at it. We have the numbers on our side. Candace Owens has his number on their side. They have manipulating language to try to stoke emotional fear from the public. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, tell me what you think of this video of Candace Owens' mic drop. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. And if you'd like to support this channel any further, you can donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below and links to all of the eternal platforms I'm on, including my Odyssey, my Minds.com, my Rumble, my Discord, my Twitter, all the other links to all of my other YouTube channels, links down below. And if you like, you can super thanks. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go in the description box below and also in the comment section. Hit the link, go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, and or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day.